trip is going. It's interesting.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 here. Today we are at the Goodwill Outlet bins and it's the first time I'm going this year. First Goodwill Outlet thrift with me of 2024, and actually Carrie is on her way, so it's even more exciting. I am a little nervous with the Goodwill Outlet just because it can get very overwhelming, and especially everything is charged based on like the weight. So I think this one's like $2 a pound. Definitely want to keep in mind everything that I've been talking about as I've been going thrifting, but I think what I'm looking for is honestly just stuff on my Pinterest board. I'll show like examples of my Pinterest board and overall what I am looking for. Of course, you know, it's springtime, we're going into summer, so I have that on my mind. I did forget my measuring tape, which just I also forgot my gloves, which hurts even more, so I'll be definitely careful about like not touching my face. But it's, you know, bins of piles of clothes that you rummage through and hope you find some gems. So let's get in line because I'm roughly like 35 minutes early and there's already like a massive line. So let's see what happens. Honestly, friends, the first 10 minutes were rough. Literally, Carrie and I looked at each other after 10 minutes and we're like, are you finding anything? Because I mean, there was cute stuff, do not get me wrong, there was definitely cute stuff in the bins, lots of Christmas sweaters and cardigans. I was really trying not to thrift any. I'm putting myself on a ban, okay? So there was that, which I was trying not to thrift, but other than that, there really wasn't that much. It was kind of a struggle, and I think it's mainly because even though Carrie and I have been to the Goodwill Outlet, you know, many times, I would still consider us like amateurs compared to other people. I mean, if you've gone to a Goodwill Outlet, you know how intense it can be, and people usually will just take piles of clothes and put it in their cart and then go through their cart and then put it back. So the first 10 minutes, 10 to 15, honestly 30 minutes are kind of rough because a lot of the bins don't have that much in there, or they then have everyone's like go backs that they didn't want, that like wasn't cute. Although sometimes I will say people will put cute stuff back, but there was something about this day that just was like kind of off. I did end up having to like edit down my cart, so I found enough stuff to, you know, have to talk through, do I get this, do I not get this? So it wasn't horrible, but yeah, those first 10 minutes, like literally there were no carts by the time we got in there, which is wild because I got in line like 25 minutes early, and by the time we like walked in, people were taking 2 to 3 carts for one person. But now to go through my cart of what I did end up finding, this sweater vest I've talked about. I've been wanting to get back into sweater vests, but the charcoal I just didn't think would be worth it. This plaid little skirt, originally from American Apparel, I thought that was so cute and amazing to find like at the bins. This animal print cardigan I thought was cute. This t-shirt I thought was very comfy, you know, kind of just basic. There's so many t-shirts at the Goodwill Outlet. This Christmas penguin cardigan, oh my gosh, you can't tell, but it was cream and like a dark brown. It was very cute. I know I said no Christmas cardigans, but I had to show it. This was a velvet dress. I didn't really love the silhouette of it, but I just kind of liked it because it was velvet, but I ended up putting it back. This sweater, sleeveless sweater, was just so precious. I know I was very conflicted. Like I kept going back and forth with Carrie if I should get it, but I will spoil that I did end up leaving it. I was trying to also like test the fabric because I've thrifted sweaters from the Goodwill Outlet that ended up being super itchy, but I just felt like I was okay to leave it for someone else. This sheer lace tank top, a lot of these I just kind of like picked up to then show you later because I wasn't able to show it like as I was going through the bins. Oh my gosh, this off-white, I mean, it's a nightgown, but you know I love those types of dresses. There were a couple of stains on it, which sometimes can be super easy to take out, but sometimes it can't be. I've thrifted stuff at the Goodwill Outlet that was cream and had stains and they didn't end up coming out. These plaid pants I thought were really cute. They were kind of like a capri. I was just a little bit scared because I didn't have my measuring tape to decide if they would actually fit me or not. This maroon is kind of like a corduroy button up. I really love the color, but I just didn't know if I would actually get a lot of wear out of it. Like it seemed like an easy piece to throw on with everything, but I just don't feel like I gravitate towards those tops as much, maybe towards the fall. So maybe I'll revisit something like that. These, oh my gosh, I camo shorts. I know it's a look. I usually hate pockets on the side of jeans, but I was like, this is kind of funky, and again, kind of you know, less risk finding it at the Goodwill Outlet, but it didn't feel like they would fit my waist. This red turtleneck I just thought was very cute, but I don't know, it was just okay, so I ended up leaving it. And that was everything I had found. So now it was time to figure out what I was going to buy and not buy. We made it out. It was seeming a little like I don't know how this is gonna go right now.
Rough at first.
Yeah, but I feel like once you go through the cart, because we just kind of like threw like, oh, this is cute, like sure, why not? And then once going through it, it's like, oh, okay, actually there's some
once we were actually looking at it, it was like, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
we actually found some pretty cute stuff.
Yeah, so we are gonna go get coffee, hang out, and then I will show you all next what I ended up getting. Obviously, go check out Carrie's video to see what she got. Yay! Alrighty, it has been a couple of days. I've washed everything, I've tried everything on, and I ended up getting altogether 4 items for $6.19, which I feel is pretty good. Now, I have been trying to stick to only thrifting 3 things, so I did go over that, but one of the items is just like a t-shirt for working out, and I mean, the Goodwill Outlet is the best place to get just t-shirts for working out, sleep t-shirts. There's just so many t-shirts, and I actually do really like the colors of the t-shirt, which I will show in just a second. So I feel good with the 4 items. One of them is kind of a thrift fail. It didn't end up fitting, which is, you know, that just happens. Always bring a measuring tape to the thrift store, but especially the Goodwill Outlet. I'm still just so gutted because I own so many measuring tapes, but I ended up taking a different bag that I don't take thrifting, and so it wasn't in there. So it happens, but we will save that one for the last. Let's start on a high. I got this animal print cardigan, originally from the company August Silk. I have spoke about not wanting to thrift too many animal print items just because I can obsess, especially because animal print, cheetah print, leopard print is all, like, there's so much of it at the thrift store. You can really go ham, and right now animal print is really having a moment. Like, every brand is making animal print pieces, and animal print always exists. It, you know, cheetah print, leopard print, it does not go out of style, but I feel like in the mainstream, it definitely, I think, is going to kind of like plummet down because of how obsessed everyone is, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be obsessed with like a pattern, especially when it's kind of a timeless pattern, but society will like deem it outdated for absolutely no reason. Anyway, personally though, I know I could buy just so much animal print and I need to like pump the brakes, and so I've been trying to limit the amount of animal print pieces I bring into my wardrobe, just, you know, kind of just help me not obsess too much like I do with thrifting the color red. I can only have one obsession at one time, and right now it has to be red. I don't have any room to add animal print into that, although this one I just thought was a very interesting tone. It's kind of like a cool toned brown, and I just like stared at this for such a long time because I could not decide to get it. Carrie was like, this is so cute, that would be amazing on you, hype woman for sure. And I did decide to just get it just because it being a cardigan, it's very easy to throw on with anything. And the other animal print top I have, it's like a long sleeve, that one's super, super warm tone, like almost leaning on orange. And I find I don't end up wearing it as often as I thought I was going to because of how orange and like warm it is. So this, I even see this with like my maroon nails. Like, I mean, animal print and maroon looks absolutely amazing, but there's something about this tone that just, I don't know, I was really gravitated towards. I have been spending way too much time on this one piece, so let's move on to the next one. They are the plaid pants. These had the original A New Day tag on them. I know sometimes Goodwill has like partnerships with different retail brands where if they have like overstock, they'll send it there because it had like the original tags. It was on clearance at Target as well, and nobody wanted it. I was also very, very conflicted about thrifting this because again, I didn't have my measuring tape. It said it was a size 4, so I thought like, okay, I think it would work. There's also like a pretty stretchy waist, so it could kind of help if it was too big or too small with that. It also kind of has like a little capri like crop to it. This is kind of like a gateway, my first step into a proper capri, because of being a lot more cropped than my other pants that I usually wear. And I really love the pattern. It's this, I mean, this is gonna be amazing during fall time. The only thing I will say is with pants like this, I find, and I don't know if it's because like the waist, it is a little bit too big in the waist for me, and it ends up creating this really weird crotch look. And that's why I love having belt loops on pants, because you can really help the shape of, honestly, the way your crotch looks. Like there's nothing that's helping kind of bring the fabric together. And so it's just, that is my one con with it. So I will probably only wear these pants with something that covers my crotch, like a lawn t-shirt, which I mean, I have so many lawn t-shirts, that is not going to be a problem whatsoever. But that's the only downside to it, is I wouldn't wear anything cropped. I would really need it to fully cover my crotch to be able to wear it, at least for my comfortability and like the look that I want. But actually, they kind of feel like pajamas, so even lounging at home, it's literally leggings. It's very, very stretchy and it's really comfy. And so it's actually just perfect for hanging out at home and having something other than my just like gray sweat. So I feel good with this purchase, even though it didn't really execute how I originally wanted it to. It works for another purpose. And I mean, I'm still gonna wear them like normally and like in a like outfit fashion way. I just have to cover the crotch, yeah. Next up is the t-shirt I ended up buying. Again, originally kind of found it in the pile and was like, oh, like there's no stains on it, which like a white t-shirt in the bins without any stains is amazing. And so that's what originally caught me for it. And then I was like, oh, the feeling of this t-shirt is really nice. It's kind of that perfect, almost like vintagey feel, even though it's from 2011, so it's not really like fully vintage, because I think it has to be 20 years for it to be considered vintage, but it has that feel. And I was like, this would be absolutely amazing for working out. And then as I was going through my cart, I was even falling more in love with it with the colors, even though I'm obviously, or if you don't know, I am not a sports person. I just don't know. I don't know about the sports, but I feel okay wearing a sports thing versus like a band I don't listen to. Because I mean, maybe somebody will come up and like ask me about this championship game, but probably not. And so I feel totally okay with rocking it. And I do really love the colors. It just gives a vintage feel. And I think even though I thrifted it for the purpose to just wear it while working out, I think I'm gonna like actually wear this casual. I mean, I'm gonna wear it at home too. Like even, I mean, the tones don't go together, but like they could go together. Do you see my vision? Do you see my vision? The last thing I ended up thrifting is this plaid American Apparel pleated skirt. It is so, so cute, but it is so short. I had thrifted a red pleated American Apparel skirt at the end of 2023 and I love that thing. And so when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, it's the same thing. I know I love that one in red. I would love a green version, but I guess I forgot what size that one is, which it is in a medium, and this one's in a small. And it's so interesting because even though it's in a small and the other one's in a medium, yes, the length of them is different and the medium just works better in the length department. Like this, my butt is out. My butt is out. Sometimes you can make shorter, you know, pieces work. You put some bike shorts on and you're good to go, but it's like too short. Like there's a level where then it's too short, at least for me and my comfortability. And there's something with the red one that it has like the slightest additional length that makes the hugest difference in comfortability. But the other thing with this is the waist is actually too big, and so it's shorter and then in a weird way almost bigger than the medium size I have. I know with American Apparel that quality wise can kind of fluctuate depending on when it was originally made. Like now I think they literally just sell through Amazon, and like Amazon makes their clothing, and so the quality is very different compared to like the original like 2010s pleated, you know, tennis skirts, all of that, and which makes it really difficult to then like figure out which one works for you. But I am gonna put it on my Poshmark because it's in amazing condition, absolutely amazing condition. I'll also have the measurements on there as well, so you can like verify that all the measurements like work for you. But yeah, sad to end this technically on a negative note, but you know, I feel really great about all the other pieces I ended up thrifting. Even though this wasn't the most exciting thrift haul, I feel good about the pieces that I did end up thrifting. Like I see them integrating into my wardrobe and I definitely will be wearing them. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you do like thrifting and secondhand fashion, then make sure to subscribe right down below and hit the little bell to be notified every time I make a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is alexsunshine83. I will see you in my next video and I hope you have a super sunny day. Bye.